Alrighty, this is the entity gang stalking on the roads and the highways. This is Holt Boulevard and Palm, and this is the entity that is stalking, flying over the intersection where I'm at and making that cartwheel, doing that U-turn. This is psychopathic pacing in the sky space. Pictures of the people of the state that I'm capturing through the neighborhoods. They're all being prosecuted. They are all simultaneously being documented. I'm capturing, in other words, documentation of a license plate indicating an entire area, a zone that's being federally prosecuted for gang stalking me, and it's identifying terrorists. This is P.O.C. They're all stalking. That's why the airport, having no terminals, is engaging in stalking, flying over me. Stalking. Co-conspirators of murder. The police department is no police department. They're being disbanded. Co-conspirator of murder, and they're all gang stalking. Look at my shadows. These are all demons. 7S5. I can't really see that license plate. They're all stalking. Okay? This is POC. I'm going to show you this African-American male. He's a serial stalker, so he's going to be from sleeping outside to sleeping in a cell. That's impossible light. It's not their headlights. Okay? He is indeed in the while the airport is flying over. This is POC. It is currently, by the way, 5:34 a.m. and this is where you're getting on the bus stop, where you're subject to the pattern of conduct. There's no exception to it. It's not ceasing to exist, and it's not different where the entity is engaging in the same exact location, the same environment, and then you're getting on some different mode of transportation or a person that looks different or some sort of function such as being in the environment like you see with an ambulance, with a fire truck, or with a police vehicle. It's the exact same pattern of conduct. Those are the demons that are going to be stripped of the positions that they're in while they've been systematically sacrificing people, murdering them, kidnapping them, stalking them, and doing so. Okay, this is impossible. That's moving across the wall. That has nothing to do with their headlights. These are demons. They're monitoring. All right, monitoring spirits, which are, again, invisible, are made visible for you. They are exposed for you while you're looking at what the monitoring spirits are doing through people who are referred to under the law as people of the state, and they are engaging in what is state action, for which there is no warrant, no probable cause, no legitimate interest by the government to maintain surveillance of everyone, everywhere, at all times, which is what the POC proves. And it is the prosecution of the U.S. government. U.S. government that's acting via the dunces in Ontario, California. They're not bright at all. They're not bright. USPS comes around the corner. You already know that they're gang stalking. They come around the corner. USPS is over there. So they drove back around here in engineered light, very deliberate, impossible light moving about to engage in what is crossing path. That's the federal government that's gang stalking. That's the same U.S. government. POC. Alrighty, this is the entity that's engaging in psychopathic pacing. 44676. Can't really see that license plate. 9 MRV 536, however. Co-conspirator of murder. This is impunity because this isn't even traffic. So the entity is going to be prosecuted. While you're on the freeway, that's impunity. That's not traffic. And that's speaking to the inhumanity behind the conspiracy to kill you while everybody on that freeway is gang stalking you, which is an unlawful, unprecedented threat to your life. Okay, and as the entity, in other words, is defiant and is determined to continuously engage, that's going to be rectified. That's going to be dealt with by years in prison, by destruction, removal of companies altogether after they're destroyed, by damage awards, and federally prosecuted, including the people of the state. It is currently 5:36 a.m. on what is Holt Boulevard. Holt Boulevard in Ontario, California. The entity is filled. This is an entity. It's not a neighborhood. It's not a community. It's not a city. This is the public entity that's engaging in surveillance, and this is the beast system. This is the reality of what fills the state of California. They are all demon-possessed, and the government is engaged in what is monitoring through a demon-possessed population. This is POC.